Lost amidst the news of the government shutdown is a significant development that should trouble all Americans. Just a few days ago, the Office of Management and Budget defunded the Council of Inspectors General, what's commonly called SIGI. As a result, the council will be shut down, possibly forever. Now, this is highly problematic because the council is the umbrella organization for federal inspectors general. I issued a statement about this on LinkedIn explaining the detrimental impacts of this decision in more detail. But what I want to focus on here is OMB's highly troubling and misleading statement about SIGI's closure, because its ramifications could go far beyond the council itself. So listen to what OMB spokesman Armin Toloey wrote in a statement. Inspectors general are meant to be impartial watchdogs identifying waste and corruption on behalf of the American people. Okay, so far so good. But focus on the next two sentences. Unfortunately, they have become corrupt, partisan, and in some cases have lied to the public. The American people will no longer be funding this corruption. Well, those last two sentences are explosive, so let's take them one at a time. Unfortunately, they have become corrupt, partisan, and in some cases have lied to the public. Now, this is a ludicrous accusation, and from my experience of 20 some odd years in the OIG community, nothing could be further from the truth. I think it's pretty fair to say that this was designed to take attention away from the key fact here. SIGI supports American taxpayers by supporting the IGs who are on the front lines of fighting against waste and fraud. In fact, I can think of only one IG who even remotely fits this Mr. Toloey's description, and that's DHS IG Joe Kufari. Notably, as part of the council's self-policing mandate, SIGI's Integrity Committee investigated Mr. Kufari's actions and produced an extensive report detailing how Mr. Kufari gave false statements to Congress, abused his authority, and wasted tax dollars. There's also a robust public record about his apparent manipulation of staff findings. Now, ironically, Mr. Kufari is one of the very few IGs that President Trump did not fire. So, Mr. Toloey, if you're so concerned about IGs, why did your administration not fire Joe Kufari? And as if that line weren't bad enough, the latter line, the last line of his quote, is even more troubling. The American people will no longer be funding this corruption. Is he saying what I think he's saying? Notice that he is not talking about the council here. He appears to be talking about the inspectors general themselves, and more importantly, defunding their offices. If that's the administration's intent, that is a major and very troubling statement. Is he telling the American people that the White House will be cutting off funding for the primary entities that protect their tax dollars? Is he saying that the White House will unilaterally eviscerate the entire inspector general community? Well, this should raise alarm bells for every single American taxpayer. Without IGs, there would be no watchdogs inside your federal government. Without IGs, there would be no one inside the federal agencies protecting your tax dollars, preventing waste, or identifying fraud and misconduct. Without IGs, you can bet there will be no one to hold political appointees accountable. Congress should also be up in arms. The IG community helps them fulfill their constitutional mission of overseeing the executive branch. And OMB has apparently signaled that it's going to cut off Congress's eyes and ears inside the federal government. If OMB's statement is accurate, both parties in Congress, Democrats and Republicans, should be irate. Now, make no mistake, shuttering SIGI is not about efficiency or eliminating waste. This is about undermining transparency in our government and eliminating accountability. The American people should say enough is enough. Americans of all political stripes, including President Trump's own supporters, should understand that fair, objective, independent oversight is a good thing. We should all agree that the IG system should be protected, not dismantled. Congress also has to step in and protect the watchdogs. If they don't, voters need to remember who stood by silently while the guardrails were torn down. Thank you.